Hey everyone, welcome. Paint with Rick. Today I mixed, believe it or not, I've mixed all these colors with just the primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. Okay. To get all these different greens, you just mix yellow with the blue. And to get a darker green, you take this green in the middle and add more blue to it. Okay. And I got yellow ochre by mixing. You got to mix yellow and red to get orange, and then put a little blue in it, and then you'll get this color here. And then if you want yellow ochre, which is this supposed to be this color here, orange and a little bit of green. Okay, just a little. And brown is orange and blue to get this color. But let's paint. If you want to paint along with me, I guarantee you, if you mix your own colors, it's not gonna look like my painting. It's gonna look different, okay? Because you're gonna mix your colors different. Or you can use the colors out of the tube, because they have yellow ochre. But I'm gonna try it out by mixing my own colors and see what happens. And usually for my trees, this looks pretty dark, this green, but I'll probably add a little black. So I do have black here, Payne's gray, and white. I haven't even put any white in there yet. But I do have a thin layer of white on the canvas if you like painting with a white underpaint to get started. And I do use these I use these bristle brushes that I get from Michaels, okay? They're perfect for oil painting. I mean, especially if you're doing a big landscape, these are perfect. You can lay on a lot of paint at one time. If you're a traditional painter, you're going to be up here with a small brush. It might take you a week or a month to get a painting like this done. But let's get this painting done in less than 20 minutes. I'm going to show you a real easy painting. You mix your own colors the way you want. And I'm actually going to use that blue. I'm just going to take my brush and grab a little bit of this blue and start on a blue sky up here. So let's get started. And I'm going to start at the top with blue and then kind of work my way down. The more you rub it in there, the lighter it'll get, okay? Because like I said, I put a thin layer of titanium white on the whole canvas. If you want it to remain darker in certain areas, don't rub it as much, okay? Then you'll get different values in your sky like that, okay? So what I'm going to do today, I'll have a blue sky with some cool clouds, and I'll put a mountain in here with maybe some green grass and maybe a river coming down. And I'm going to try and do it quickly to show you that you can do this really easily, okay? Using these chip brushes. You don't need fancy brushes to do this type of landscape work, okay? So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have some water down here. I don't know where yet. So basically, maybe I'll like draw in some kind of river I want here. And then just kind of get this blue going down here. So I might have water either here at the bottom, okay? That gives me some options, okay? Just throw some blue down here. Very good. Now what I'm going to do is take I always keep a paper towel in my left hand. I just wipe the brushes off. I'm going to lightly come up in here and blend my sky now. Get it nice and blended. It's sometimes better to have a blender brush that's got more bristles than this. And it really makes it look nice and clean up in the sky. But you don't have to. You can use a bristle brush to blend it. In fact, I'm going to use this to blend my clouds. So there, I got a nice looking sky there. A blue sky. Now let's throw some clouds up in there. I'll show you how easy it is. I'm just dipping into a little bit of linseed oil I have in a bowl just to get my brush a little wet, because depending on what kind of titanium white you have, sometimes the white is wet, sometimes it's hard. So I'm just making it wet because I want to throw a bunch of clouds up here. So I'm going to have a mountain in here. So I want to have small clouds down here at the bottom. And I want to kind of get larger as I come up to the top. And I'm basically just punching in the top part of the cloud right now. Just the top part of it. I'm stamping it right into the blue, okay? I'm going to hold my easel so it doesn't move around so much. So I'm just stamping the brush in. See how it's creating like the top of the cloud up there? That's good enough. I don't want the video to take so long. Now take the same brush. This is a 1-inch bristle brush. And come in here at the bottom of your cloud and stamp the bottom out a little bit. Get it to mix with the color that's in the sky. And I'm going to go a little faster now because I don't want this to be a long video. I know you guys aren't watching long videos anymore. You're watching shorts, so. But this is cool. This will be a cool painting if you've never done a landscape. It's really easy. I'm trying to show you my techniques, and I sell paintings all the time. I have them hung in a few places here in Seattle, and they sell. So they sell. I look at my Venmo every other day, and there's always money in there. So what I do is I hang the paintings up, and I say pay and take. I put my Venmo up there, and I check my Venmo every once in a while, and sure enough, these are selling. So you can do the same. You just got to find a nice place to sell them at. If you know someone that owns a bar or a restaurant, that'll allow you to hang some cool landscapes, and then you're on your way. And then if you have farmers markets, that's always a good place to sell. A lot of people don't sell at the farmers market because they probably don't have enough paintings. The way I paint, I can get a bunch of paintings done all week and have enough to sell on the weekends. So it depends on what style you're doing, you know. I don't like to spend a week on a painting. I like to get it done. All right, there's a nice, cool looking sky. I like that. Anybody could do that. I'll show you how to do a quick mountain now. I'm gonna keep it kind of short, the mountain, maybe off center. I'm just gonna put like the top part of the mountain in, okay? And then I'm gonna brush it down with the brush, okay? That's black, okay? I use black because I want it to be very distinct up there when I put the snow up there. Now just take your brush and pull that black down. If you remember, there's white, plus we got blue sky up here, but there's also white underneath. So this black is mixing with the white, and it's going to turn grayish on its own. Pull this black down and kind of shape your mountain. Sometimes just pull it down really quick and then take a look at it, and you'll see like maybe this mountain's going to come in front here. You can adjust your mountain by pulling it down. See, this mountain's going to come in front of that one. You can make this one come in front of that big peak there if you want, and then make this come in front of that one. It depends how you want it. Pull your color down, and then what I like to do now is blend the bottom out. I keep one brush I use as a blender, so I'm going to blend the side of this mountain here, maybe a little bit of the tops, just to help the mountain look like it's further back. Just blend the top a little bit, okay? And now pull it down and blend the mountain in very lightly. Okay. Just like that. And you might be able to see some ridges in here, and you can follow those ridges, or you don't have to. All right, now I'm going to put some snow up there with a knife, okay? Don't be afraid of the knife. It's pretty easy once you get used to it. I'm trying to talk loud. I don't have the headphones in. I just get a little bit of roll of white. And then what I'm going to do is stay to the right of the peak here and pull this white down. And just let whatever come off the knife. You got to get a new roll each time you come up here. Just lightly let it come off the white paint as you pull it down. See? And then it creates these little breaks in the snow. You see that? I think I'm going to want this mountain in front, so I'm only going to bring this snow down just a little here. And then I'll have this one in front of this, so just a little snow here. That looks good. I'm going to add a little more snow. Now, if you want to add more snow to this mountain, come down a little ways and then add more snow down here at the bottom. You can really shape your mountains. You can also do it when you're done. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this blue and this white and mix it to get a shadow color, okay? Which is going to be the left side of my mountain. It's going to be a light blue, okay? I'm going to keep it that way. Sometimes I'll put gray in it to dull it down, but this is just blue and white mixture now. This way you'll be able to see it when I put it up here. So just to the left of the snow, pull to the left. some of this color, okay? This is the part of the mountain. Now I'm going to come over this white here because I want that big peak to be further behind. So I'm going to pull this blue actually over that white, and it'll push that mountain back. Okay? And then just everywhere you have white, pull some of this shade color is what I call it. Just left of your snow. Mountains, there's so many different ways to do it. So now I want this big one in front of that small one. So I'm going to cover that white. See that? Mountains take a little practice, but if you follow the way I just did this, your mountain should turn out just as good as that, okay? I'm going to leave that one gray back there because that's its own, it's further back. Now, it's helpful when you do your mountain is to blend the lower portion of the mountain. So what I do is I pull the blue and the white just at the bottom. I pull it down and then I lightly blend some of the mountain, the lower portion, just to dull it out a bit. It helps it make it look like it's further back, okay, in the scene. Yeah, see how cool that looks? Okay, now, since I mixed my own colors, let's see what I'm going to do here. I want to make this easy for you if you're just starting out. So what I'm going to do, let's do this. Let's fill this whole bottom section with water. Just take some blue right out of the tube. This is ultramarine blue, okay? And take some blue and just go across the whole bottom of your painting. And then I'll show you how we're going to put some land on top of this water, and we'll just wing it. Okay, so some of this is going to be water now. With the same brush, I'm just going to wipe it off. I'm going to grab some of my dark green that I made. This darker green. How I got that green, I mixed the blue and yellow and got this green, and then I added a little more blue to it and it made it darker, okay? So I'm gonna just get some of that color on my brush, and I'm gonna run some trees across the bottom of the mountain here. Distant trees, okay? And I'm just gonna stamp them in. Nothing fancy, because these are far away. Just make sure you get a nice edge on the top, okay? There we go. We got some distant trees there. Very easy. I'm not going for detail on this. And let's put some, I want to have a big tree over here, so I'm going to put some land, some bushes right down here at the bottom. Just let the brush create the top part of the bush. When you stamp this in there, just worry about the top part, and then you can fill in this lower part like this. Okay, there you go. You got some bushes down there. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Just put some bushes down here. Maybe run some smaller trees over here. It's looking good. Now with the same brush, just wipe it off. What I want you to do is come underneath your trees here and pull it to the right. Pull that color to the right. Don't bring it down too far. Just get a nice line underneath it. Okay, just like that. You see that? You could do it here too. Just pull this to the right underneath the bushes here. Just like that. It helps give this a better look, like there's maybe grass there. Very good. We're going pretty easy now. What I'm going to do now, because all I have left now is trees, what I'm going to do is mix some black with this green, because I want the trees to be darker. So I'm just going to take my black and add it to that dark green to make it really dark. And we're going to get the fan brush out and make some cool evergreen trees, okay? All right. So I'm going to use a number 8 fan brush to make this big tree over here. I'm going to dip into my linseed oil and then just get my brush wet with the green and black mixture. Okay, let's put a big tree here, all the way up into the sky here. Okay, I'm going to just stamp in my trunk and then I'm going to pull it down. There's the trunk, okay? Now that's the fun part. Get your brush wet again, and let's put some branches on here. I want some of the trunk to show through, so what I'm going to do is I use the corner of the brush and push in. I'm just going to come straight out with these branches, and I'm not going to put too many on because I want some of the trunk to show through. And as you come down, just get a little bigger down here. Let your branches come out further. And just take your time and kind of place your branches where you want them. There you go. Very easy, okay? I'm going to get some more on there and put one behind it. A little smaller, because it's going to actually be behind it. Same thing with the corner. Just my branches straight out. These are mingling together now here, so just fill it in. And there you go. I got 2 trees right there. Now I'm going to put a third one in, because I think sometimes the more you put in, the better. So I'm actually going to put it right over this mountain. And come right down, straight out with my branches. The other reason why I made the color darker, because I wanted it to go over the paint that's behind, okay? So I made these trees a little darker. If you go out into, I live in Seattle, if you go out into the woods, the trees are going to look dark like that if they're in the shade. So they do get dark like that. So these I'm going to make a little smaller here. I'm going to show you a different way to do these trees. So with the corner, just stay on your trunk and stay right in the middle and just stamp right in the middle of your trunk. And as you come down, just get a little wider, okay? Now these trees are further back, so that's the idea We don't want too, I don't want too much detail on these trees, because I want them to peer further back. Stay right in the middle with the corner, and then just stamp harder as you get down at the bottom here. Very easy way to make an evergreen tree. Let's do a third one here. I'm going to check the time and see where I'm running. So I want to highlight these trees too. I'll show you how to highlight them. 25 minutes, all right. You could see how easy that was. I didn't want it to go this long, but what I'm going to do is take some of my green now. This lighter green, I'm actually going to put a little white in it to lighten it up a little more. A little white, okay? And use that as a highlight color. I'm just going to wipe my fan brush off with a paper towel. I'm not even going to clean it. Don't clean your brushes with turpentine while you're doing this. All you got to do is wipe it off. Dip into your linseed oil, and now I'm grabbing this lighter green. Okay, what I'm going to do is try and come down on the top part of the branches only. Okay, just highlight the top parts of them. Okay. You don't want to kill all your dark colors, so I'm just trying to hit certain spots. You could take your time and make sure you just hit the top portion so you leave some of this dark color in there. Hopefully that's showing up. This one's more in the shadow, so I'm not going to do too much on that one. All right, same color on these. I'm just going to highlight right down the right side here to show you. Little linseed oil, get your brush wet, and come down the right side of these trees. It'll give the tree dimension, okay? Just stay on the right side of it. Very good. Let's go back to our brush and pull underneath these trees, pull that color out. Let's put some bushes down here. I'm going to get my yellow ochre color and stamp, use a 1-inch brush, and I'm going to stamp just the top portion of these bushes here to make them look like bushes. Get a different color in there. I'm going to take this yellow ochre and stamp right underneath these trees just to get a different color going here, and then bring it down to here so it looks like maybe some bushes down in here. All right, there you go, guys. That's a little simple one there. I'm not going to do much more on it because I didn't want it to go this long. So let me put some birds up here and make sure this brush is working right. Put a few twigs. Put a few birds flying. There we go. I like to put birds in the scene. It gives it a cool look, like birds. Now I'm not going to do many twigs, but you can do this on your own. So I don't want to waste time. Just run some twigs and stuff around your trees, you know. Take your time. Make the twigs go in all different directions and stuff. You can run twigs in between these trees too. Just like bring them up like this. Get a nice liner brush. Let me cut some water back here. I'm going to run a water line underneath those trees back there. And then some water here. There you go. That's all I'm going to do. Give that one a try. I hope you like that. Mix your own colors. And that's what I'm saying. You mix your own colors, it's going to look different than mine. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.